we doing for enrichment? Today, let's talk about it. Hi, my name's Jennifer. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm very thankful for your time. On my channel, we talk about all things homeschool, and right now we are in the middle of doing our 5th grade curriculum picks and plans. So I wanted to take a few minutes and just talk about enrichment. What are the electives? What are we planning on doing that doesn't really pigeonhole into a specific subject category, but that we're still planning on doing for 5th grade? Please keep in mind that these are just choices that either go along with my daughter's interests or things that I think we kind of need to beef up. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is Spanish. My daughter is loving it. We started Song School Spanish in January, and she is having such a great time with it. We have this DVD, which is where the teacher gives the lesson, one lesson a week. It's about 4 or 5 minutes, and then she does some pages in the workbook. But what she really likes about this are the songs, Song School Spanish, right? So we have a CD that stays in the CD player, and she listens to it multiple times a week. It is just her fun thing to do. She loves doing dances to them, she loves singing them, and she is learning Spanish along with them. So we're going to continue with Song School Spanish. We are about halfway through this, and then I think I'm planning on going to Song School Spanish Book 2. I see no reason why we won't. So we will be doing Spanish. In March of this year, we spent the entire month doing Women's History. It was Women's History Month, and we really focused on women's history, and we had a blast doing it. So I want to just continue doing some women's history. And so I found HERStory, which is 50 women and girls who shook up the world. This has one spread per woman, and it's just going to be a fun history project. We are planning on doing one a week probably, and we'll see how it goes. Here's your list. And then if we do rabbit trails and want to find out more about the individual, then we'll take longer on that one specific person, and we'll do one every other week, just however it goes. I want to just keep women's history in the forefront, so we're going to use HERStory for women's history. And of course, we're going to do nature studies. So we do have this book. In the past, we haven't really used a book for nature studies, but I found this one on sale, and I thought that it would be nice to just have a little bit more ideas on nature studies. So this is 50 creative projects to spark curiosity in the outdoors. And so we're going to do exploring nature activities. In the past, we have done science experiments all the time, at least once or twice a week. And we have gotten away from doing that, but we're working to get back to it. And not necessarily experiments, just science activities, anything that are hands-on, because my daughter is a kinesthetic learner. So she has requested that we go back to doing more experiments, more activities that are science-focused, those types of things. So I found Maker Genius. Now it has 70 makerspace projects in them, and my book was used, and so I basically went ahead and got the book because it was all in one place rather than taking the time to try to find it, because time is of the essence. And so we've done some of these, but we're just going to have fun, and whether the projects are relevant to what we're doing, or whether they are just having fun and learning while we're having fun, but just having fun. That's what this is all about. So we're planning on just going through these and doing the ones we want and having fun in the process. One of the other subjects that my daughter is doing is keyboarding. She is working on keyboarding without tears. It's from the makers of Learning Without Tears, handwriting without tears. They did a keyboarding without tears, and she really likes it. Her keyboarding proficiency has skyrocketed. She is doing so well with keyboarding without tears. It is about $12, I think, for 1 year for one student. And I'll go ahead and link down below in the description the information for keyboarding without tears, as well as anything else that I mentioned, and I can find the links too. So please go ahead and check those out. But we are going to be doing keyboarding without tears. Our next project really stems from a field trip that we took. A few weeks ago, my daughter and I went to the State Museum and to the archives. And while we were there, by happenstance, the person who was giving us the guided tour was able to tell a story to my daughter about her great-grandfather. And that just sparked so much interest in her, so many questions. And she wanted to know all about her ancestors. She wanted more and more information. We've been talking about the Civil War today. She said, "Do you think anybody that I was related to fought in the Civil War?" So we are going to do a genealogy. My family workbook, Genealogy for Beginners. It just gives you some ideas of where to start and the types of materials to collect. And so I think it's really good because she's going to be able to interview her relatives to find out more information about her ancestors. And I think that this is just going to be a fun project that she'll be very interested in, especially if the car ride back is any indication, because we spent the entire hour and a half car ride talking about her ancestors. And so I'm really excited to do our genealogy because I think that she will really, really enjoy it. Next is art. So I am not an art person. My daughter is not an art person. I absolutely recognize the importance of art history. But it's just not something I'm passionate about. And when I asked her if she wanted to do more arts and crafts in our homeschool, she basically laughed and said, "Why would we do that?" So we're going to do two things for art. Number one is quilting. Quilting is something that she loves to do. I have now cleaned up our quilting space, and I'll link that video here. And so we are going to do more quilting, more sewing for her. Secondly, I decided to just keep art as simple as I possibly could. I got the Art of Visual History from DK, and we're just going to go through it. We're going to spend a little bit of time looking at it, talking about it, seeing if it sparks anything. I'll probably will have her do some of the paintings or some of the types of paintings, and we'll just see if we can grow together in art history. So that's what we're doing for art. Now, lastly, this is what I want her to get more proficient on, is we have been doing the Beast Academy for math, and they have some amazing puzzles, toothpick puzzles, trigonometry puzzles, domino puzzles, and it's all about logic. So I want to really focus on some logic games. First thing that I have is logic links, which we haven't opened yet, we haven't played yet, but this says use the clues, arrange the chips, and solve the puzzle. So we're going to be doing logic links. Next is this, which I just have so much fun with. When we go on vacation, one of our very favorite vacation spots has this puzzle shop in it, and I can go in there, and they always have these laying out, and I can go in there and spend so much time. But what it does is you have these different cards where you have to make the pieces look like what the card does, and then they also give you the answers on the back. So for example, this one, your answers on the back, but then you just have these pieces to try to arrange accordingly. And I just think it's fun. Not everybody does, but I do. Be doing this. And then lastly, I have one more logic game. It's from ThinkFun. This is also a new game. We haven't played it yet. It is called Swish. And you have all of these different cards that are see-through. And you can see on it, you have a different color ball and a different color ring. And so what you try to do is get the ring in the ball, or sorry, the ball in the ring. Your colors have to match up. So for example, I could not do that because I couldn't have the green ball in the orange ring, and also I have to have the same orientation for my cards. So for that one, I could either lay it like that, or I can flip it like that, just depending on how it is. But you have to get it to where you have no balls without the rings and no rings without the balls. So you can keep stacking these on top of each other, but it's just logic. So that is what we are planning on doing for our enrichment. Please, in the comments, let me know what you're planning on doing for your enrichment, because I'm always on the lookout for new ideas. I'm really enjoying getting to know you, so thank you so much for leaving comments. If you have any questions, please leave those down below and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Also, as always, please subscribe. Thank you if you are already a subscriber. I really appreciate it. I hope that you have a great day and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.